Hello! Welcome back to more of this game. Now, you might be wondering, hey, last episode, you were wearing the same shirt. Passionate. Yeah, because it's still the same day. When I was finished playing during the last session, I went out, took a walk, bought some groceries, bought some McDonald's for lunch, and while I was eating my McDonald's, I thought, I kind of want to play more of this. So, here I am. I don't know how long I'm gonna be able to go. My throat probably has not rested well enough to continue going on, but we're gonna do it anyway because I wanna play more. I wanna do whatever the I don't remember the words to that song. If you wanna be my lover. Anyway, so we're playing more. Also, I like how the background is changed to be in Pavlova's room. That's cool. That's a cute touch. Anyway. Continue. Load game or continue? Or select adventure. We're gonna continue. Okay. So, last left off earlier, we're on a ship. We Ryunosuke, were stowaway. And we were just living in Kazuma's wardrobe because he wanted me to come to England with him so badly because, you know, as you do with your boyfriend, best friend. I know they're not actually boyfriends, I think. I don't know, I don't think it's canonically that they're boyfriends. I just like saying it like that, but they're best friends. Anyway, Kazuma has apparently died. Or so they say. I don't quite believe it. I won't believe it until I see his dead body in the morgue. But we're trying to figure out what happened to him. We're currently the suspect because we were the only ones in the room with him, even though we were locked inside a wardrobe. And we just met with, well, first of all, we just met with fucking Herlock Sholmes. Headache of a man. And a ballerina who ran away from Russia to go trying to make her way to America. And we just got kicked out of our room. Oh, and Susato's here too.
I wish we hadn't been thrown out like that.
I wish we'd managed to find some clues as to what that speckled band might be.
We didn't manage to investigate at all. And I imagine.
I don't know if I didn't realize it earlier, but he's got a little midriff showing. Is that shirt too big for you? You're sus. You're not a sailor, are you? You're like a undercover something or other. I don't think you belong here. Maybe you do. I don't know.
That we won't be able to for a little while longer. We'll never get past that sailor guarding the door.
Well, I guess we have to kill him. He's clearly glaring at us, as if to say, don't even think about it. Oh, wait a minute.
What is it?
Well, what happened to our great detective friend? Where did he go?
Oh, yes! He's completely disappeared!
When did he do that? He slipped away as quietly as the wind, but not before ensuring these were securely back on my wrists. Yeah, this Herlock Sholmes guy is like almost more of a magician than he is a detective, because he fucking sucks at being a detective, kind of. I'm warming up to him just a little bit after our little tango, but like, I don't know, man. He's still kind of a nuisance. So where can we go now? Let's talk to him. I really wish we'd had a chance to look around in Miss Pavlova's cabin. What? Why you look like that? You want something? I don't have a voice for him. I don't fucking care. How do you sound Russian? How to sound like Russian man? How to sound like Russian man? Maybe you want me to throw you out again? Oh, no, definitely not that. Next time I have to throw you out, I show you where lobsters spend winter. Understand? I understand. Why is he so aggressive? Maybe I should steer clear of him until he's forgotten my face. Oh, I guess he thinks I'm a murderer.
I don't think he'll ever forget your face, Naruhodo-san.
At least I'm not alone. At least I have Susato with me. So, I don't think we're gonna be able to go down Out there? I don't even know if we need to go out there because he's still here. Can I go out?
That door leads to the second class area.
It's locked. I can't open it.
No? Well, that stands to reason. No one wants to let the murderer escape.
Gosh, she gave me a very stern look when she said that. Come on, it's like, I've clearly told you that, like, I couldn't have done it because we friggin' were in the wardrobe when there was a sticker outside. First class cabin number 1. Yes, that's our cabin.
Not our cabin. It's Kazuma-sama's.
Sorry?
Your accommodation is confined to the wardrobe inside the cabin.
You know how to make a stowaway feel small, don't you? As small as the wardrobe I've been calling home. Anyway, oops. I wonder if Inspector Hosonaga has managed to uncover any new clues. Right, I forgot he was there.
Yes, we should probably find him and ask.
I like 100% forgot that we had seen him. Let's go in. Presumably get something new from him. Alright, and Erwin Smith is in here too. It looks like they're still investigating in here.
Yes, on that subject. I wonder if Inspector Hosonaga is unscathed.
What do you mean unscathed?
Surely you haven't forgotten, have you?
Sorry, let me say it again.
Surely you haven't forgotten, have you, Naruhodo-san? Don't you remember what he said about allowing you out of this cabin to investigate? He was going to talk to the captain about it. He said he'd lay his life on the line for you.
Oh, yes. But I'm sure he was exaggerating. Let's see what he has to say for himself. He might have some new information for us. You never know. Where is he? He's not in here. Or, oh, there he is. Oh no, he got beaten up! He's got a little boo-boo on his face. I was also thinking about this Russian writing on the floor. They said that it's wardrobe in Russian. So what, did Kazuma like write wardrobe as in to alert people, let them know that there was someone in the wardrobe because he presumably died by something that and wanted to make sure that his friend got out safe? I don't fucking know. I don't know. But let's talk to our friend. Oh, but he got punched in the face too, buddy. I mean, in the eye. You're back.
Inspector! What happened to you? Your face is...
Please, don't worry about it. They're just scratches. Made by a bear, maybe? When I told the captain that I'd given you permission to investigate, he told me he'd pummel me with his fist and then toss me overboard.
What?
But the pummeling was over in a flash, and he must have decided against throwing me overboard. So it was nothing, really. It looks like he wasn't joking when he said he'd lay his life on the line if he had to.
Well, thanks to your efforts, we now know a little about the neighboring cabin.
Yes, so I understand.
Oh!
I bumped into a man claiming to be the great detective a little while ago. I think his name was something like Herlock Sholmes? I don't think he was German, though. Ah, that explains it. Shall we compare notes then? We can tell you what we found out. Yes, let's do it. What a good guy. Oh man, I really misjudged you in the beginning of the first trial. What? Nikolina Pavlova? She's in the cabin next door? Well, don't say it so loudly. Oh, do you know who she is? Please, what self-respecting ballet fan wouldn't know that graceful angel? I wonder why, even though he's clearly coughing, they make him go like he's not clearing out his throat. Oops, I think I upset him there. Well, that tells us the neighboring cabin is unrelated to the case at least. Oh? How? Because angels don't go around committing crimes, do they? Oops, now I've definitely upset him.
Inspector, has your investigation in here proved fruitful?
If I'm honest, there's very little more I can do. Our duty is to make sure the scene isn't disturbed, ready to hand over to the Hong Kong police. So I'm just keeping watch here, trying not to take my eyes off the job. Hong Kong?
Oh, I see.
Ah, there is one thing. I do have a small piece of new information for you. Oh, what?
Yes, do tell us, Inspector, please.
New information. What is this new information you have, Inspector? It's this. The Buria's medical officer has finished his examination of the body. I managed to obtain the report. Oh, Kazuma's post-mortem report?
Kazuma-sama.
I don't want to believe that he's dead. He's not dead. I refuse to believe it. So, what was the cause of death? Damage to the cervical vertebrae is what's written in the report. Cervical vertebrae? Like the head?
His neck was broken.
What? Okay, that can't be right. If his neck was broken, he would have died immediately, right? Who left the note then? Yes, it would seem so. There were no obvious wounds or other signs of injury. So at first, I think they were considering poison. But it turns out they found no trace of poison in his system at all. Well, what weapon was used then? Nothing has been found as yet, but the fact that there are no signs of a wound suggests it may have been a blunt object, something that wouldn't leave a mark. Wouldn't a blunt object leave a mark? If someone breaks your neck, wouldn't there be like bruising on your neck or something? Or like, does it happen so fast and I don't know. I have no idea. I've never broken a neck before. Oh, I see.
All the body's nerves run through the spine to the brain. A strong enough impact to the neck could induce death. It is a possibility, and no obvious wound would be left.
Poor Kazuma. No! I refuse to believe it. This can't be real. This can't be... I have a second copy of the report. If it might be useful, you're welcome to have it.
Really? Are you sure?
Yes, it's fine. I trust you. Osanaga! After all, if I didn't trust you, I'd never have agreed to let you leave this cabin in the first place, would I? Ah. Oh, a report from the SS Bureau medical officer giving the cause of death as a cervical spine injury. There were no traces of external injury or poison. Kazuma.
Oh, Mr. Sholmes was here, was he?
Yes. He seemed to be enjoying himself a little too much as he crept about on the floor investigating. But then he suddenly left. I suppose he must have become bored. Did he say anything at all? Oh, he sweat. Actually, now that you mention it, yes. Just one thing, but he practically shouted it. It's shoe polish, was all he said. Shoe polish? I wonder what he meant. Oh, that streak on the floor maybe? It was when he was over there, by the piece of broken glass. Do you see it? Shoe polish?
Ah, perhaps he was talking about this brick-colored mark, do you think?
That streak? The streak on the big, like, on the big screen looks different than the streak in the little thumbnail. What's up with that? Piece is also in a different place. I don't know. I don't get it. Oh, yes. That must be it. Shoe polish. But how could Mr. Sholmes know that it's shoe polish? That leaves me cold, I'm afraid. I have no idea. Shoe polish. What is this, Susato-san?
Well, Kazuma-sama was wearing leather shoes with a very dark tan hue.
Dark tan? A sort of dark brownish red then.
Yes, a little like the color of red wine, but darker. I often repair them for him.
Oh, does this mean that this mark was made by the polish on Kazuma's shoe as he scuffed on the floor? Oh, like that was his shoe dragging across the floor? That can't be right. Why is that so big? The inconsistency. That's really all I can tell you at this stage. I should return to my post. My fellow crewmen's eyes are boring into the back of my head. Yes, that might be for the best. Thank you.
Poor Inspector. You look exhausted.
Oh, no. Well, I feel terrible that I failed to protect Asogi-san. He was my responsibility.
No, I still can't. I can't accept it.
Of course, my pain is nothing compared to yours. You are his friends. The truth is, I seem to have had a heavy head ever since I woke this morning.
Oh, you too?
Heavy head? That's interesting. My head's still throbbing too.
Were we both drugged? The Russians! It must have been the Russians. The Russians must have like given us something to knock us out. You know what? The Russians drugged our food. Or, I keep saying the Russians, but I assume it's the Russians because they're the only crew people that we've been seeing here. They drugged our food. Kazuma didn't eat any because he doesn't like chicken. So, Ryunosuke ate it all, and then he fucking got knocked out, and presumably, Hosonaga ate the same food. Also got knocked out, meaning that Kazuma had no bodyguard.
I don't want, but that makes it sound like I'm believing that he's dead. He can't be dead!
No! I refuse to believe that this is another Mia thing. I don't want to. Am I done here? Oh, the body's new. So it's clear that these letters were written with the ink that was somehow spilled on the floor. And they spelled the Russian word for wardrobe.
It does seem to be an unambiguous pointer to you, Naruhodo-san, as you were sleeping in there.
But to be truly unambiguous, it should have just spelled out my name, don't you think?
Well, either way, one fact remains. It's hard to imagine that Kazuma-sama would have written his last words, or word, in Russian.
Which begs the question of who did write it. A Russian, presumably? So, the death was sometimes between 1 and a little past 2. Damage to the cervical vertebrae resulting in instant death. The victim's neck was almost certainly broken as a result of a strong blow to the area. No obvious external injuries or traces of poison. Is that it? No. I still refuse to believe it. What is this thing? A hook? They say that I think Susato said it was something similar to what you would put on a kimono? Like a little ornament, a trinket or something? Kinda looks like half of a bell. No idea though. It looks like, so the idea is that his shoe scuffed across the floor, like he was being dragged maybe? What looks like some sort of speckled band is dangling from the ventilator grill. Are we led to believe that the speckled band is a stake though? Because that's what we saw in the opening cutscene. You, where did you go? Oh, I don't have voices for these Russian people. Oh, sorry, I was investigate. Why? Who gave you permission for this? Well, I mean, Seaman Hosonaga did. What did he say? I went to the next door cabin to investigate. Okay. That new Japanese, was it? Later, I will roll him into a ball and throw him in cold room. Phew, he's come back to guarding the door.
I hope Inspector Hosonaga doesn't find himself in too much trouble on her account.
He's really gone out of his way to help us, hasn't he? When we get back to Japan, we'll have to take him for a steak at Le Carnaval.
That could be a very long time from now, Naruhodo-san.
Oh yeah, I guess you're right. We're nowhere near home, huh? So, oh, this is new. This is where Kazuma spent his final moments, writing his diary.
1:23 a.m. I can hear a faint whistling sound. 1:35 a.m. What looks like some sort of speckled band is dangling from the ventilator grill.
Looking at his writing here on this page, it's almost impossible to believe that he's gone.
Kazuma-sama left us a valuable clue in these words. I'm sure of it. We have to solve this mystery, Naruhodo-san.
We will. Bring Kazuma back. I don't like playing the game knowing, thinking that he's dead. So this ventilator joins to Miss Pavlova's cabin.
Yes, that's right.
And just a few minutes before he died, Kazuma saw something emerging from it.
The speckled band, as he described it.
If only Miss Pavlova had been able to shed some light on it, but she seemed as baffled as we are.
Yes. I wonder if she's telling us everything, though.
I'm not sure.
I know most people aboard would say the same about me, but there was something about that woman that didn't sit right with me. Get out of the way, you Russian Erwin Smith. Do people even care about Attack on Titan anymore? All the books provided for passengers occupying this cabin, neatly arranged on the shelf. They were all over the place when we first looked around, if you remember. Oh wait, sorry, that was Susato, whatever. Oh yes, and you tied them up, didn't you?
You have to look after the ship's property. Unruly behavior in this cabin leads to damage.
But it really wasn't me who knocked them over.
Well, anyway, I feel much better now that they're neatly lined up. I can't relax when things are untidy.
Clean up the floor then. Oh. Whoa, there's a knife over there. I didn't realize it. I'm assuming that was from the food.
It really is such a beautiful color, this glass.
It looks like whatever it was had broken clean in two. Broken clean in two, even though there's only one piece there, so what's the other half? But the other half is nowhere to be- oh, it's nowhere to be seen.
And then there's the brick-colored mark.
Which is shoe polish, according to that great detective you seem to know all about.
I suppose it must be from Kazuma-sama's shoe.
Maybe, but what I'd like to know is, how can a detective be so sure that it's shoe polish and not something else?
Because he's a great detective, of course.
That's hardly a reason, is it? She's trying her best, man. I also imagine that she hasn't- oops. I'd imagine that she hasn't had a lot of, like, eventful experiences in her life since she's a girl, and girls apparently aren't able to do a whole lot of things here, apparently. Supposedly. Am I done? I guess I'll leave. I assume? I don't know what else I can do. I forget. What was the situation here exactly? What do you mean, what was the situation here exactly? I assume this is the same aspect as the other Ace Attorney games where, like, once the text on the bottom pops up like that, it means that progress is being made, right?
Look! Naruhodo-san! Seaman Stroganoff is gone!
Enough? Strong enough, I mean.
The burly Russian sailor who's always crossing his arms and glaring at us.
All these Russian names are impossible to remember. That's not true. But then again, we only remember one. Tra-la-la? Who's tra-la-ling? Did you hear that? It sounds like someone singing. Tra-la-la-lira-lira-lay, I did it the great detective way. What's happening?
This caroling. I know that lark-like voice.
Well, never mind that now. This is a golden opportunity for us.
Yes, you're right. We must seize it. Let's get inside Miss Pavlova's cabin while we can and investigate.
Definitely. Before that stringy knot crewman comes back.
It's Stroganoff, not Stringy Knot.
You only know one Russian guy name. You don't even know the name of the other sailor that's in our room. Right? I don't think we got his name. The traveling case is open. Oh, there's clothes hung up. Miss Pavlova isn't back yet. Susato-san. Oh, where's she gone? Hey, what are you doing? Those are her private things.
There's not a moment to waste, Naruhodo-san. We must investigate as quickly as we can.
I suppose you're right. For Kazuma's sake.
Not just for Kazuma-sama.
What do you mean?
It can't be long now until we arrive at port in Hong Kong. I don't want you to be in those handcuffs when we get there.
Really?
We must solve this case, Naruhodo-san. By ourselves if we have to.
Yes, we will. Now we're gonna be the best of friends. Although not really, because I miss Kazuma dearly.
Why? Miss Pavlova's case is open.
It's completely empty inside. But according to the great detective's great deduction, she was hiding her special friend in there.
Yes, a friend that she had to keep secret.
Because you're not allowed to bring animals aboard the SS Buria. I wonder what kind of animal she had in there. And more to the point, where is it now? I hope it wasn't like a snake, a giant snake, and it choked Cosmo or something. That would be fucking... No, I still can't accept...
Naruhodo-san, are you there?
Sorry? I'm right here, yes. Oops, I skipped the thing. Why? Oh.
Oh, good. I thought you might have climbed into the wardrobe when I wasn't looking. There's no place like home.
Believe me, I don't have some strange compulsion to jump inside every wardrobe I see, you know.
Well, anyway, I'm not sure anyone could fit inside this one. It's full of beautiful outfits. I suppose they're all stage costumes.
I was rather hoping we'd find Miss Pavlova's friend hiding in there, but no such luck. I kinda wanted to see this duffel bag, but apparently it's nothing. What about up here? So this ventilator connects to Cosmo's cabin next door.
Yes, although what a fool a shipbuilder must be to open a ventilator into another room.
You would also have no, like... You can hear each other, right? Because Cosmo said he heard whistling sound. Ah, maybe it's so that if there's a gas leak next door, the occupants of this cabin would notice and raise the alarm. A gas leak?
Or the occupants of all cabins would die of gas poisoning.
That is a possibility. Anyway, last night, Cosmo wrote that he saw a speckled band coming out of this ventilator. Don't pull it. There's one of these next to the bed in Cosmo's cabin too.
Yes, it's a bell cord. I can't resist.
Don't do it! Don't do it! We're not in this. This is not our room. She barely hesitated there, and she gave it a good tug too. Why would you do that?
No, I didn't actually expect anyone to come.
We don't want them to! We're trying to investigate in secret! You idiot. All the books have toppled over together. Look, every single one.
Do you think that's a god of sea, perhaps? He's toppled too, though.
It's exactly the same as the bookcase next door. In Kazuma's cabin. Oh, wait. Was it? I can't remember now, but was it this? Did it all fall the same way? Like to the left? I can't remember what it was like in Cosmo's room. Maybe it was like that.
Perhaps. Perhaps Miss Pavlova was practicing a difficult ballet pose and fell against the bookcase.
I don't know. Would she really be practicing ballet on the same night she ran away from her ballet company?
Alright then. It must have been you. You lost your temper and knocked them all over in a fit of rage?
Not everything bad that happens on this ship is because of me, you know. Well, anyway, I'll set them all straight again in here.
Oh, well anyway, I'll set them all straight again in here too. I don't like seeing things in disarray.
I don't understand why she leaves the gaps like that. Why is this here? Why didn't you put the books all lined up together? And what's the point of fixing them up? There were just a few books on the desk. Nothing else by the looks of it.
Well, Miss Pavlova only ran away from the ballet last night. She's hardly occupied this cabin for any time at all.
That's true. I wonder what kind of books she likes to read.
Let me see. Yes, I see. It would seem that Miss Pavlova enjoys reading books written in Russian.
Thanks. I think I probably already knew that.
It's rude to ask too much of people, Naruhodo-san. Kindly remember that.
There's a little dish on the floor.
I wonder what this little saucer is doing on the floor.
Yes, it doesn't look like it's been dropped. More like it was put there deliberately.
Do you think there could be a leak in the roof just above here?
What? A leak?
Is this ship quite safe?
I'm sure that even if there is a little leak on the roof, it doesn't mean the whole ship is going to sink.
No, you're right. Of course you're right.
She's really trying to persuade herself, isn't she?
It would seem this teapot is empty.
So the natural conclusion is that the Russians are a very thirsty people.
Or, because Miss Pavlova only came to this cabin last night, she hasn't had a chance to make any tea yet. I mean, it could be either.
It's definitely that they're excessively thirsty. I'd lay 1,000 to 1 on it.
You're rather you're rather obstinate, aren't you, Naruhodo-san?
Obstinate? I don't even know what that word means. Is there anything else to examine besides this wall? Ah, yes, they're displayed in this cabin too. Look, the SS Buria's rules of passage. Passengers must not keep weapons or other dangerous objects in their cabins. Pets are also strictly forbidden.
I suppose Miss Pavlova realized that she needed to keep the contents of her case a secret after she read this. Her special friend, I mean.
I wonder where her friend has disappeared to now. It's probably having fun exploring the ship, I imagine.
I just hope Seaman Stroganoff doesn't find it and throw it overboard.
Oh, yes. So do I. What else is there to examine? The door? Huh? Oh no, there's a check there. I thought for a second that there was no check there. Okay. So the only thing left is the door? There's nothing down, right? Nothing up? Nothing? Okay, so it's just a door. This cabin door has the same simple sort of bolted latch that our cabin door has. If the bolt is drawn across, there's no way anyone could enter the cabin from outside.
Yes, it's not a particularly heavy-duty bolt, is it? But still, it wouldn't slide across of its own accord, would it?
No, and the door's made out of metal, so there's no chance of trickery using magnets to unbolt it from the outside. Actually,
and it seals up perfectly too, to stop any seawater coming in. So you couldn't use the method you told me of passing a thread through a crack around the closed door either.
I seem to know a lot of tricks for opening doors. I'm starting to see why they suspect me. So, I wonder, if the ship tilted over, like tilted too far, would the latch like slide over to lock? Because if you think about the book's positions and how they were they fell to the left, if the ship tilted, well, on your end to the camera, it'd be, if it's ship tilted this way, would the slide then slide that way? Makes sense, right? Logically. I just don't know if it's the type. I don't know if it would be the type to do that. So, am I done in here? There's nothing else to. So there is something that we still need to do in here, presumably. But what? Haven't I examined everything? I thought maybe we can like. It's not like it's not like the pet would have like gone out the door unless she took it with him, or unless she took it. Oh, here?
I suppose every cabin has a waste paper basket.
Oh, I thought that was like a stool. Shall we have a little look inside to see what's been thrown away?
Naruhodo-san! It's poor etiquette to go sifting through someone's rubbish, you know.
Ugh, those eyes. She's looking at me like I'm a piece of rubbish now.
However, these are special circumstances, I think.
Exactly. We have no choice. There's hardly anything in here at all. Well.
Oh, well, that's a little disappointing.
I'm so glad we looked at it. There's nothing else, right? I'm also fighting a glare on my screen, so if I do miss anything, I blame that. Yeah, I think that's it for this
room. I don't think we looked at that wastebasket in Cosmo's room. Because I thought that was a chair, so... How do I leave here again? Okay. Go back in here. Can we examine the trash can? Oops. Oh, we don't have a trash can. There's no trash can here. What do I have in my court record? I have a shoe polish, I have the medical post-mortem, ballerina, Could it be I'm stumped? Could it be that I am stumped? Oh my fucking god! Well, no wonder I was stumped. I didn't think to look here. What is he doing? Why does he investigate things so fucking awkwardly?
Oh, it's Mr. Sholmes. Look.
Wow. You never know where he's going to turn up next, do you?
He seems to be stealing a look at something as he sings to himself.
You know what? We heard him singing. Oh shit, I didn't think he was out here. I thought he was inside the room. But I guess it makes sense that he wasn't because we didn't see him in the room. But I like forgot. Tra-la-la-lira-lay, I did it the great detective way. He's still singing. Do you think he hasn't noticed us? Actually, you know what? I bet there's gonna be new things in her room now that we've talked to him here. Probably weren't supposed to go in yet, maybe. Maybe? I don't know.
Or he's simply in extremely high spirits.
Yes, there were times I'm sure you knew when the yard bit off more than it could chew. And through it all, when there was doubt, it's lucky our luck was about. Excuse me? I solved it all and I stood tall. I did it the great detective way. Mr. Sholmes! Ah! What is it? You want to fight? Why is he rolling his arms like that? Oh, he's ready to fucking duke it out. But do you normally roll your fists like that? Are we dancing, partner? It's so weird. Honestly, interrupting a fellow while he's singing, and I was just about to reach the climatic finish. Sorry, I thought you were never going to stop, so I figured now's a good time as any. I very nearly dropped you to the floor with one of my famous right hooks. Alright, I get the picture. Now could you put those fists away? He's just dancing.
Mr. Sholmes, you seem to be examining something before we interrupted you.
Ah yes, that. I was immersed in study of the ship's logs as penned by the stockily built crewman who's usually on guard here.
Oh yes, the ship's log.
And did you find out anything useful from it? Well, after 2 a.m. this morning, the majority of the entries are blank. Which means that there was nothing to report. Nothing of note happened, so... Oh, you truly are a student from the land of the rising sun. You've been utterly blinded by it. Sorry? Your logic, my boy, is inverted.
Whatever do you mean, Mr. Sholmes?
Observe the other pages, and all shall become clear. It would seem the same crewman stands sentry in this first-class passageway. And he has an almost religious practice of recording nothing to report every half an hour. Oh, the fact that there's nothing on there indicates that something must have happened. Okay. Oh, he writes that in every 30 minutes?
Nothing to report.
Precisely. Put simply, the seaman writes nothing to report when there is just that. And yet, the ship's log from last night is largely blank. He didn't even write nothing to report.
What do you mean?
Yes, there were circumstances afoot last night, which led to the seaman being absent from his post.
What kind of circumstances? What happened?
What? Why didn't he just go back to the log and write it so that no one would notice? That remains a mystery for now, but we can be sure something significant took place. So significant that it caused the seaman to forget his regular habit of scribing nothing to report in the log. These are important details. I would stake my life on it. You must log the ship's log in your mental file. Oh, okay. How did you know I had a court record file? Record kept by the crew assigned to the first class cabin area. There were virtually no entries from 2 a.m. until early this morning. Now that deduction was worthy of a great detective. Yeah, thanks for the help. Ah, you're starting to understand what my way is, I see. What makes Sholmes Sholmes? Brilliant. Ah ha 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 ha. Ah ha 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 ha. Stop it. Oh, oh. Does your head hurt? Oh, what is it? Are you hurt? Oh, don't worry yourself. I seem to be afflicted with a throbbing head this morning for some reason. Nothing more. We all got... Where was he staying in? Well, my friends. Until our next encounter. Oh, you didn't want to come with us to the room? He's still singing to himself. I can hear it as he wanders off down the passageway. Is something wrong, Susato-san? You seem lost in thought.
It's just... Well, I feel the same.
Sorry?
Ever since I woke this morning, I've had something of a headache.
Did everyone get the sleep drug thing?
A sort of continuous throbbing.
Oh, you too? Why? Why'd they do that to us? Is there anything new in here now? Jesus!
What's that?
Sound the alarms! Sound the alarms! Shut down the engines immediately! Vessel sighted at quarter mile 4. Full stop! Hard to starboard! All hands brace for impact! What are we impacting? What the?
I think we're about to crash into another ship.
What?
I can't stand...
Susato-san, hold on to me! Ah! Susato-san, are you alright? Are you injured at all?
I think I'm fine. Thank you, Naruhodo-san.
What happened? Wow, the bag stayed in place and the plate is still there. All good. And the chair's still up. All good. It looks like we avoided a collision.
I think...
Yes, the ship has come to a stop.
Oh my goodness! What about you, Naruhodo-san? Are you hurt?
No, I'm fine. Oh shit! Hello? Is anyone in there? Shout if you need assistance! Who? Oh, that sounds like... Hosonaga?
Inspector Hosonaga.
Is that you in there, Naruhodo-san? Unbolt the door, quickly. Aha! There it is! There it is! There was the answer I was looking for! The bolt does... The latch does get locked. What? The bolt? It does happen when the ship tilts.
Look at that!
The door's bolted. Well, that's not good. Did you do that, Susato-san?
No, I didn't touch it.
Well, that's strange. How did... And look at all the books. They're just like they were before again.
Naruhodo-san, aren't you going to open the door and let the inspector in?
I better tidy this place up first. Our violent emergency stop had solved one mystery, at least, in a very vivid way. But I knew that what awaited us on the other side of the cabin door would not be pleasant. I hurried around tidying up the cabin with a new sense of foreboding in my heart. To be continued? What? Okay. Man, they just keep throwing it to be continues, huh? What's gonna happen on the other side when we open the door? Is Pavlova gonna be there? Are we in trouble? Well, we're definitely gonna be in trouble. Let's keep going!